New details in a mass shooting police say involved rival gang members. The charges they're facing this morning and the message from the prosecutor about justice for the victims. Plus,
being on top of each other when you're trying to listen to radio traffic or take a 911 phone call, it can be difficult.
Safety shifts in a growing city. The move happening right now to make sure police have the space to serve and protect.
And finding balance, the shift at the top of the state that impacts your kids. What a decision in Columbus means for your school and your taxes. Good morning and happy Friday, Junior. Your forecast, yes, it's got some showers this morning.
I mean, we can be happy about it because it's not all day, right? Meteorologist Ryan Weekman, it's not a full day of showers.
Yeah, and I think we were definitely cheering the fact that it's Friday, Junior, right?
Exactly.
We weren't cheering on necessarily the rain that's out there right now. But, hey, let's show you what's happening on radar as you get started here. You can see how it is shifting off to the east. Now, there's probably plenty of you out there that are saying, hey, I needed a little bit of rain. Actually, it's kind of nice. And it happened when many of us were asleep or just very early this morning. So maybe an ideal timing to get at least a little free watering. Right here in the Toledo Metro, most of the rain has ended. One little shower there over Ottawa Hills and up towards Franklin Park. So heads up towards, let's say, Washington Township there. You might see some rain up towards Point Place as well. Temperatures for us here reach the low 80s this afternoon. Could finally break that 10 straight day streak where highs have been in the 70s. And then the temperature really begins to turn up next week, our first true summer heat wave. I've got the latest numbers on those weather impact alert days coming up here in a matter of moments. Right now it's off to the roads for a look at our traffic tracker.
So I do want to give you a heads up when it comes to one incident. The good news is, while this incident is right here on the cameras I've been able to check out, cleared. This is I-280 there, northbound lane. A crash was blocking at least the shoulder there, I-280 just after exit 2. However, again, the good news is it is clear. And then let's talk drive time, see how things are going this morning. Look at that, all on time. I'll continue to watch roads, let you know if I see any issues. That is all for your traffic tracker. The two suspected shooters in the Old West End Festival mass shooting are now facing nearly 100 combined charges.
Police initially arrested L.J. Crispcar and Kenai Taylor on 11 counts of felonious assault each. Authorities say the two men started shooting at each other during the Old West End Festival earlier this month after a dispute between two suspected rival gangs. The altercations ended with 12 people shot, including 9 bystanders, who investigators say weren't involved in that initial dispute.
But this morning, both men are facing dozens more charges after a Lucas County grand jury indicted them just yesterday.
Crispcar is facing 25 counts of attempted murder, 26 counts of felonious assault, and 5 other charges, including participating in a criminal gang. That's a total of 56 charges. Taylor is now facing 45 charges, 20 counts of attempted murder, 21 counts of felonious assault, and 4 other charges, which do not include participating in a gang.
Investigators also arrested and charged a third suspect for allegedly hiding a gun which was used in the shooting. Prosecutors initially charged a 17-year-old with tampering with evidence earlier this month. And then the teen now facing an additional charge of inducing panic, as well as 2 counts of aggravated riot and robbery. The 17-year-old is expected back in court on Tuesday.
Crispcar and Taylor still need to be arraigned in Lucas County Common Pleas Court following that grand jury indictment.
In the meantime, Lucas County Prosecutor Julia Bates says her office is committed to seeking justice for the victims and our community.
Change is coming to the Perrysburg Police Department, aiming to allow the department to run smoother. $3 million in renovations will begin in December at the department's building on Walnut Street. The Detective Bureau will move to a vacant floor to make room for sergeants and the roll call area. And the atrium between the police department and municipal building will be renovated for the police records department.
And so right now records and dispatch share a space. And so having records have a dedicated space, and that will give dispatch more room and free up some office space, just make everybody's lives easier.
In October, renovations will begin at this former Mercy Health building on East River Road. That's where the tax office, billing, and other public-facing offices will move to for a one-stop shop for the public. A new emergency services station is now open in Seneca County. The village of Bettsville unveiled its new EMS facility this past weekend. Officials say it gives responders room to operate, getting crews out the door faster when they're responding to an emergency. It also extends Seneca County's EMS reach to 425 square miles. The county plans to start construction on a fourth station near Green Springs next year.
We're following a story we told you about earlier this week. The Catholic Diocese of Toledo now responding to complaints about Calvary Cemetery. People with loved ones who are buried there called WTOL 11 to report long grass and overall a lack of care for the graves. And now we're getting a response from the owners. The diocese says, quote, in 2022, the Diocese of Toledo entrusted the management of our diocesan cemeteries to an outside company. Spokesperson went on to say, quote, in August of 2026, the diocese will again be managing and governing these cemeteries ourselves, end quote.
An Ohio Supreme Court ruling could make it harder for school districts to bring in additional tax revenue. The court ruled that districts can no longer challenge many property tax valuations on land they don't own or lease. School leaders say those appeals were one way to make sure commercial properties pay their fair share. The decision comes as many districts are already working to close gaps in school funding and finding opportunities for future revenue growth.
Yet another business in Sylvania is closing, and this time it's Jacob's Pizza on Central and McCord. The owners say sales at the location were low, but the ongoing construction certainly has not helped. After the announcement, the owner heard directly from customers as well as comments under her Facebook post from people saying that they are very sad to see Jacob's leaving Sylvania. Other Jacob's locations are in North Toledo, West Toledo, Oregon, and Rossford.
No other ones are closing. Construction ends in like a month and a half, 2 months, and we're going to focus on a busy football season, Pizza Palooza, giving back to the community best we can.
Which is always good news to hear, of course, for Jacob fans. Now, she bought the Jacobs location about 2 years ago and says the location has changed hands a number of times already. So if you want to try it out one final time, the last day of business is going to be this Sunday. So you've got some time.
All right, coming up in our forecast for today,